Before I moved to DC, I worked in institutions reporting data to the federal government and other agencies. It's a mess, it's a maze. Let me show you how it works. So institutions, through 12 surveys, report over 500 metrics like enrollment data at the aggregate level, financial aid data, graduation rates. They report it to iPads, which is part of the Department of Education. Then they report student level enrollment data directly to the National Student Loan Data System, which is also part of the Department of Education. Some of them, most of them, report this data to the National Student Clearinghouse, who then reports it to an SLDS. I say most of them because 98% of students are captured in National Student Clearinghouse data. They also have to report veteran education data to Veterans Affairs and to the Department of Defense, instead of the Department of Education giving that data to them. The Social Security Administration also reports data to the Federal Student Aid, as well as earnings data from Treasury. The Department of Education then takes data from all of this and puts it into the college scorecard, where students can go and look and find some of these data points. It's duplicative because institutions are also reporting much of this data to the higher education agencies in their state. Some of those state governments even report this data for them to iPads. They also are having to report this data to their creditors, both regional and programmatic, as well as, it's optional, but they're going to these rating agencies such as US News and Princeton Review. However, if they want to be included, they have to do it. So it's kind of required. The National Student Clearinghouse also allows some accreditors to access this data, as well as state governments and school districts. As you can see, all of this in the blue is the federal government, and no one's connecting the dots. Instead, institutions are having to report this to all of the different places without compiling it. When students are looking to go to school, they have a couple places they typically look. One is the ranking agencies like US News and Princeton Review. The other is the college scorecard at the Department of Ed. And then institutions also publish data that they can go on their websites and find. It's a mess. Most of those things don't even include a lot of these other data sources. However, there's bipartisan legislation that's been proposed, the College Transparency Act, that would allow us to streamline the process for institutions while giving students a better picture of the outcomes that they may have at a given institution.